You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Trump blew it by tanking perfect chance for U.S. to win over the entire world, based on an article by Thomas Keeker. Trump turned a World Cup into a border test. The setup, the reporting is simple. The United States had a rare chance to look competent, open, and normal while hosting the 2026 World Cup, and instead Trump made the event feel punitive. Fans, referees, players, journalists, and support staff from a long list of countries ran into bans, rejections, detentions, and restrictions. That is the factual core. The rest is the political meaning. Who held power? This was not an accidental stain. Trump held the institutional power, and the state followed his instincts. When a president treats a global sporting event like another stage for domestic grievance, the bureaucracy does not magically produce hospitality. It produces gatekeeping. It produces humiliation. It produces the message that the United States is open to spectacle, but not to people. That matters because hosting is not symbolic fluff. It is policy made visible. Visa rules, entry restrictions, airport detention, and treatment of foreign delegations are all decisions. Trump owns them. The point was exclusion. Aline's piece gets at the central lie. This was not about security in any serious, neutral sense. It was about hostility presented as administrative necessity. A Somali referee was blocked from doing his job. Players from Iraq and Haiti had trouble getting visas or were detained. Middle Eastern and African journalists were denied entry. Iranian staff were barred, and the team was pushed to move its base camp to Mexico. That is not a series of misunderstandings. It is a pattern of state behavior that tells the world which people are welcomed, which are suspected, and which are treated as disposable. Trump did not merely fail to host well. He weaponized the hosting. Sports washing reversed. The article's sharpest point is that Trump achieved the opposite of sports washing. Countries use major sporting events to soften their image, launder credibility, and bury uglier realities under celebration. Trump had the same opportunity and managed to do the reverse. He used the tournament to broadcast contempt, paranoia, and institutional petness. That reversal is revealing. Authoritarian politics does not always need to hide behind pageantry. Sometimes it hijacks pageantry to show off its own cruelty. The aim is not international goodwill. The aim is domestic performance, red meat for the base, humiliation for outsiders, and a constant demonstration that the president can turn any institution into a grievance machine. The enablers. Trump is the principal actor, but he was not acting alone. FIFA and its leadership helped create the conditions for this embarrassment by accommodating a host who clearly could not separate a world tournament from his own culture or reflexes. The article's mention of Trump's unholy alliance with Infantino is not decorative. It points to the familiar bargain in modern governance. Institutions with global prestige trade away standards in exchange for access to power. That is how decay spreads. One side supplies the cruelty, the other supplies the permission structure, the pattern. This story is bigger than sports. It is a clean example of how Trump governs. Sabotage the public good, blame the consequences on outsiders, and call the damage strength. The result is not just a worse tournament. It is a more degraded state, one that treats visitors as threats, culture as a battleground, and even a World Cup as another opportunity to perform exclusion. The deeper pattern is this: democratic countries advertise themselves through openness, competence, and restraint. Trump advertises something else entirely. He turns national institutions into instruments of resentment and then acts surprised when the rest of the world notices. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to AlterNet for today's article. With the automated voice of LJ, thanks for listening.